Have you thought about opening a business account, but you're not really sure where to start? In this video, we'll cover three things. First, we'll let you know what you need to do prior to opening a business account. Second, we'll discuss which documents you should bring with you when you open your business account. Third, we'll do a walkthrough of all the products and services that your banker should be discussing with you during the account opening process. During our banking careers, we opened several business accounts for many clients. So we're well aware that opening a business account can be a daunting task, especially if this is your first ever business and your first ever business account. So if any of this applies to you, then you'll want to spend the next few minutes watching this video. Hello everyone, this is Lewis with HeroBanker.com, and we're your friendly neighborhood bankers. Today, we're excited to present the second video in our new business banking playlist. The first video was about the 5 reasons why you need a business account. In that video, we explained 2 main points. First, we discussed why it's important for a business owner to use a business account and not a personal account. We also reviewed that business owner includes people who are content creators, freelancers, gig workers, side hustlers, investors, and more. Because oftentimes people who do this type of work might still be using their personal account for business purposes. Which leads us to today's video, where we discuss what to know before opening a business account. First up, let's discuss what you need to do before opening your business account. This is basically a quick checklist of the things that you will probably need when you open your business account. So having these things ready will help to expedite the process and ensure that you don't have to make extra trips to and from the bank. One of the first things you'll need to do is decide which type of business formation you'll be using. The most common types include sole proprietorship, corporation, LLC, and partnership. If your business isn't that complex, then a sole proprietorship is the simplest and may work for you. A sole proprietorship operates under your own social security number. It has the smoothest setup process and requires the least amount of formation documents. We won't get into the specifics or the benefits of each formation type, because that would require a video of its own. For now, we'll just list a few reasons why this should probably be your first decision. One reason is that the formation type will likely influence the official name of your business. For example, if you choose an LLC, then your official business name might have LLC at the end of it. Another reason is that the formation type will influence the type of tax ID number that you'll be using. If you choose a sole proprietorship, then you'll likely be using your own social security number. But if you choose a corporation or an LLC, then you'll probably be using an employer identification number or EIN. So once you choose the formation type, then you'll have your official business name and your tax ID number. And these are 2 important things that will be required when you set up your business account. The other info that you'll need for your business is the contact information. This includes business address, email, and phone number. The most important one here is a business address. This is because to open a business account, you'll need a physical address. This means that it cannot be a P.O. box. Now, you should be able to use a P.O. box as the mailing address, but only after you first provide the bank with a physical business address. We also recommend choosing your business phone number and email address prior to opening the business account. Usually the email and phone number can be anything you'd like. So unlike the address, there shouldn't be any restrictions here. Remember, the idea here is to try to do everything needed in one trip during the new account opening. Technically, the contact info can be changed in the future. So if you want to add your address down the road, you can do that as well. But keep in mind, that takes time. And to a business owner, time is money. Also, banks are often massive operations, and sometimes doing something as simple as changing an address can require you to speak with 3 different departments and take up 30 minutes of your day. So again, our advice is to do everything possible while opening the new business account. After all, this will probably be the only time that you're sitting down in front of a business banker for this long. So might as well get everything done right the first time. This brings us to the next step, which is to find a business banker and set up an appointment. So let's drill down here because there's a few layers to this. First, try to find a business banker and not a personal banker who opens business accounts. This isn't always easy, so prepare to be patient. Now, this doesn't mean that a personal banker isn't equipped to handle your business account. They might be, but they also might not be. And even if they can open a business checking account, they are probably not as knowledgeable when it comes to more advanced business banking needs. Then, after you find a business banker, make an appointment with them. This can often be done over the phone or via an online portal. Now, if you're feeling lucky, you can simply try walking into a branch without an appointment. But these days, that's probably a 50-50 proposition at best. Many banks require an appointment to open any account, but especially a business account. Also, like we said earlier, not everyone is trained to open a business account. So do yourself a favor and make an appointment prior to going in. The business banker will appreciate it as well. Finally, and this is probably the most important step of all, is to make sure that you speak with the business banker before opening the account. This can be done over the phone or in person if you're already at the physical branch. The goal here is to ask them exactly what documents will be needed. In response, the banker should ask you a few questions in order to better understand your situation. Common questions include things like, what does your business do? What type of business formation? Or do you have an EIN number? Based on your responses, the business banker should be able to clearly articulate what documents to have prepared for the new account opening. Okay, now that the appointment is set up, let's talk about what you should bring with you when it's time to open the new business account. The two main things you'll need to bring with you are your ID and your business formation documents. ID should be pretty easy as long as it's government issued and not expired. But formation documents are where it gets tricky. This is the part that you'll want to ask your business banker exactly what documents are required based on your business and formation type. For example, if your business is a corporation, then you'll probably need to bring your articles of incorporation. If you're an LLC, then you'll probably need to bring your articles of organization. Some banks may require additional documents as well. So again, be sure to verify during the initial conversation with your business banker. Before we move on, one important note. In this video, we're speaking about opening a business account in person at a traditional bank. Some banks may allow some or all of this process to be completed online. However, this is not something that we recommend doing unless you're very well versed in business and business banking. This is because a business banker is similar to a mortgage loan officer or a financial advisor. These are very specific roles, and in theory, these people should be specialists in their field. Plus, having a true relationship with a business banker can help you with future business needs down the road. Now, this doesn't mean that we're against online banks. On the contrary, we really like online banks. If you watched our other videos, you'll see that we often recommend online banks for personal use. But for the majority of business owners, banking with a traditional bank will bring added benefits. However, as we said before, if you are experienced in business banking, then an online business bank could work for you. Okay, now let's pivot into what to expect once you sit down to open the new business account. Hopefully by this point, you've spoken with your business banker and they have a good understanding of what your business does, your business formation, and more. So now we'll go through the list of the products and services that your business banker should be discussing with you. All of these products and services won't apply to everyone. So find what applies to you and make sure that your business banker discusses it with you during the account opening process. The first product that you'll discuss is probably going to be a business checking account. A business checking account operates very similar to a personal checking account. You'll use this account for any deposits going into your business, such as a check or an electronic deposit. This account will also be used for any debits, such as payments or withdrawals. We won't get into all the specifics of business checking accounts, as we'll save that for another video. But here are two key differences that we'll briefly discuss. First, traditional banks usually do charge a monthly fee for their business checking accounts. However, they usually include the ability to have the fee waived if certain requirements are met. For example, the fee might be $10 per month, but it's waived with a $5,000 balance. Second, most business accounts at a traditional bank come with a cap on monthly transaction limits. For example, the account may only allow for 100 transactions per month. After that, the monthly fee increases. So speak with your business banker and discuss the different options that they offer. Together, you should be able to find what's best for you. For now, if you'd like to see some of the best business checking accounts, check out herobanker.com. We'll include a link in the video description below. Another product that might come up is a business savings account. The banker may or may not ask you about this depending on the situation. For example, if a new account is being opened with a $100 minimum opening deposit, then the banker might not discuss a savings account. But if the new account is being opened with $50,000, then they might bring it up. Many business owners do not open a savings account, especially at first. But whether or not you'll need a business savings account is up to you. Typically, we would recommend having enough money in your checking accounts to run the day-to-day operations of your business. Any money that's not used for that should be in a savings account or some other investment. Okay, next up is one of the most exciting products, and that's a business credit card. The reason why this is exciting is because this will probably be the first credit product that you obtain with your business name. A business credit card will allow you to start building business credit. So down the road, if you ever need a business loan, you'll be in a much better position to obtain one. Also, your business credit card should be paying you cash back. So that will bring some additional revenue into your business. If you've watched our other videos, then you know that we recommend using a credit card for purchases and not a debit card. This holds true for business accounts as well. One important note regarding business credit. When you apply for business credit, you will almost always be using your personal credit during the application and approval process. So don't expect to obtain business credit without using your personal credit. Now, once the card is approved and open, it does allow you to build business credit. But again, during the application and approval process, your personal credit will almost always be taken into consideration. Remember earlier we said that deciding on your formation type before opening a business account was a good idea? Business credit is another example of why that's true. For example, we've worked with clients who originally operated their business as a sole proprietorship. So when they opened their first business credit card, they did so under the sole proprietorship. Then, years later, they decided to incorporate or form an LLC. This required them to reapply for brand new business credit cards in the new business name with a new EIN number. This means that the business credit history for their business was now basically starting from scratch. So again, deciding on your formation type prior to setting up any business accounts is a good best practice. Another thing that your business banker should discuss with you is business payments. This includes things like ACH, Zelle, wire transfers, real-time payments, and more. These things do not apply to every business, so you'll have to decide if any of these products will help your business. At the least, you should have a conversation around the bank's mobile app and which type of payments can be completed online. For example, does this bank allow for Zelle usage on its business accounts? And if so, what is the fee? This is also a good time to verify limits or restrictions on payments that you know your business will be making. This conversation should also include the ability to accept credit card payments. This is especially true for a retail business, where accepting credit cards is almost required these days. If you're already working with another payment processor, or if you have one in mind, you should at least ask your business banker to run a comparison for you. That way you can compare what different competitors are offering for the same service. So again, if you need to accept credit card payments, make sure that this topic is covered as well. The final thing that should be discussed during the account opening is business lending. Business lending can be complex, so for this video, we'll do our best to keep it clear and concise. Business lending includes business loans, business lines of credit, equipment loans, vehicle loans, real estate loans, and others. Business loans are great, but they're not for everyone. In fact, they're probably not for most people, at least at first. Business loans are usually best for someone who needs to grow their business and or make specific purchases, such as vehicles or equipment. Usually, in order to obtain a business loan, many banks will require your business to have been operating for at least 2 years. This isn't always the case, but it's a good rule of thumb. Banks are typically not in the business of lending to someone based off a great business plan or a great idea. Banks usually want proof that the business already exists and has had some level of success. Of course, every bank is different and each has its own lending guidelines. Thankfully, if your business is just starting out, then you probably don't need a business loan. Now, could you use a business loan? Of course. Who couldn't use more money? But a good example of someone who needs a business loan is someone who started selling products out of their bedroom, and now they need a warehouse. Or someone who started as a small-time photographer, but now needs to fund more advanced cameras, equipment, and editing software. Now, if the business banker does offer you a loan or a line of credit, then it doesn't usually hurt to try. If the bank is willing to give you a business loan or line of credit, we recommend taking it, even if it's just a small dollar amount. Of course, you'll want to consider the APR and any fees associated with the loan or line of credit to make sure that it's worth it for you. But generally speaking, anytime that you can get business credit, it's a pretty good idea to accept it and use it responsibly. In the future, we'll have other videos that dig deeper into business lending. If that's something that you would like to see soon, please let us know in the comments below. We always enjoy hearing what our viewers want to see next. Okay, so those are the main products and services that your business banker should be discussing with you during the account opening process. This includes business checking, maybe business savings, definitely a business credit card, business payments, and potentially business lending needs. So that wraps up our conversation about what to know before opening a business account. We hope the information was helpful and easy to understand. We'd love to hear feedback from anyone out there who's thinking about opening a business account. Did this video help to clarify the process, or is there anything that we missed? We'd also love to hear from business owners who have already opened a business account. How did the process go for you? Was it smooth, or was it a headache? If there's any questions or feedback, please leave them in the comments below. While you're there, we would greatly appreciate a like and subscribe. If you really enjoyed this video, there's also the option for a super thanks in the comments. This provides us with some further support to help producing great Hero Banker content. Thank you for taking time out of your day so that we can help you become your own financial hero. We hope to see you again soon. Be sure to follow Hero Banker on social media for updates on banking, finance, the economy, and more. If you would like to see more content like this, we would greatly appreciate a like and subscribe. Thank you.